rocking the arts, rocking the arts, women rocking the arts, rocking the arts. Not too sweet to understand. I know I don't need no man. Rocking this world as I stand, rocking the arts. Hello everyone, I'm Sinai. I decided to create this podcast because throughout my opera studies in London and then modern singing, songwriting and music production in Berlin, I've met incredibly talented women and I wanted to create a space where you could get to know them too. Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of Women Rocking the Arts. Today I am honored to have with me Linda Esperanza, a wonderful singer, songwriter, visual artist and executive producer from Brazil. I've had the honor to meet her at BIM University in Berlin where I used to study. Linda recently released her first song, Fanzo Tanto Tempo, that actually got 1,000 streams on Spotify in less than a week, and she has many more exciting projects in the work. I hope I didn't butcher the name of your song.
Lovely. I love how you did it.
Okay, oh my God. Did I put an extra N or something like that?
Bastante tempo. It's meant to be open.
Okay, wonderful. I'm glad I didn't butcher it too much then. So, hi, Linda. Thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for having me. Super
My
excited.
pleasure.
And super excited for it.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited to, get to know you better and all, because we met when I, was about to leave Berlin, actually. So it was towards, the end of my Berlin journey.
It's crazy. Yeah, I remember talking to you in that party that we were together with Naili and Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a nice day. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you get the name Linda Esperanza from? And can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, of course. So lots of people actually don't know, but Linda Esperanza is not my real name. And my real name is Linda Schwarz, which is pretty German.
Oh,
And
wow.
I remember going to open mics and like signing up as Linda Schwarz, and people would come to me and like, "Oh, you're a German singer," and I was like, "Oh, that's not the image I want to pass." And then at some point last year, actually, it's been 1 year that I changed my name. I was like, I'm gonna change it, and then I just did it, and Linda Esperanza was a name. So when I was younger, I used to have a blog.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 13. I wanted to, have a blog, and like that was my dream. And I had one personal one that I have until today that no one knows about it. And I just write my thoughts, like kind of like journaling and things. It's open out there, but no one knows.
I want to find it.
And I used to sign when I was like, I don't know, a kid. I was like Linda Esperanza. And that name just came to me, like when I was really young.
Oh, wow. So already when you were like a teenager, you were writing Linda Esperanza.
Yeah. I still have the blog and it's super cute. And I still have the bio that I wrote when I was like 15 or something.
Oh.
And and then sometime last year, I was like, I'm going to change it. And I just did it. Like one day I just, changed my name of my account and that was it. And then since then, like it's been working really well. I love the name, and also people. For me, I say like it's my biggest marketing achievement. Like everyone thinks it's my name, and like really nice.
Oh my God, this is awesome! I didn't know that. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like it was always there. In the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, I don't know. I think some things in life, like also artistically, you don't know where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, you don't have to know, like, you just embrace it. So, and I love the storytelling about it, like, because Linda means beautiful in Portuguese and Esperanza means hope.
Oh,
So it's like,
wow.
it's kind of, I don't know, it's a cute thing, like, as a storytelling to have, like.
Yeah, definitely. So it means beautiful hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. And so do you have family in Germany?
Yeah.
That's why. So you're German, like from heritage.
I am, like, my dad is German and
Okay.
my mom is Brazilian, but I lived my whole life in Brazil.
Okay.
And then when I came here was also to get closer to my dad and to my family. So.
Oh, that's nice. That makes sense.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, actually, like many artists today write songs in English, even
Mhm.
if it's not their native language. Sorry. Haven't spoken English in a week or something like that. And yeah, I just wanted to know what inspired you to write in your mother tongue, in Portuguese. And I know you also have songs like in the making that are in English.
Yeah.
And how do you decide which one are in Portuguese, which one are in English? Do you have any idea?
I have no clue. Like, to be honest, like anything that I do in my career is like planned, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, obviously, lots of things that I do, projects and more bigger things that I execute is more planned. But usually I just go with the flow. I love
Mhm.
to write in English because I think obviously achieves more people, you know. When I sing in Portuguese here in Berlin, I don't think everyone can understand, even though people like it. But I try not to go with this feeling about what people are understanding or not. Even when I'm singing in Portuguese, in my head, everyone is understanding it.
Mhm.
And I think when I'm creating songs, for me, it's easier to express in my own language, you know. So it's not anything rational. I think it goes a lot with the sound of it. And when I'm creating, so like with my project, I love mixing lots of genres together. Like I love to
Mhm.
put my own Brazilian lyrics, like my Brazilian creations that I just do and I have no clue what they are. Like they're like A, B, C, D form.
Yeah, yeah,
I also
yeah,
love to create pop songs. Like I'm a huge pop lover. Like I want to be a pop artist. You know, even in the Brazilian part that I do, like I love visuals and persona and all of those things that come actually from the pop world. So I want to mix all the genres together. And when I'm doing more pop songs, I try to use more English. But yeah, for me, every time I'm composing in English, it's a bit harder because it's not my mother
Oh,
tongue.
wow.
It's
It's
not my
so
mother tongue.
interesting. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I don't know how to explain. It's again, I also have like songs that combine both,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
I just go with the flow. I just go with the flow.
yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting because I also write in French and in English, but actually English is a lot easier for me because I don't know. I think I started writing in English because I didn't want my family to understand what I was saying. My lyrics are pretty dark and depressed, and I didn't want to like hurt them. So I've always felt like being able to speak English when my family, I mean, most of my family was not able to understand what I was saying, would give me some kind of privacy. And now I'm really struggling to write in my mother tongue, even though I love it, because, like you can express things, I believe, in your mother tongue that you can't in your second language.
And I think it's easier for me to be poetic. Like even my Brazilian lyrics, like sometimes they don't really make sense.
Hmm.
But I know that those things that don't make sense end up being poetic. And then when I try to make sense, like be poetic in English, it actually doesn't make sense. You know, like this kind of.
Yeah.
But what you were saying, like there is also this one song that I share with you, Trophy Wife, that I started
Hmm.
like I have a small Brazilian rap in it, like in Portuguese. And like I love this because here no one understands what I'm talking about. And I'm talking like lots of things about last relationship that I had and being super sassy and no one understands. So I think it's a balance, like first of how it sounds, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
what you know. Like I think we also always talk about things that we know that we experience, and like our mother tongue is like the biggest thing that we have, right?
Absolutely.
And it sounds different. Like if I write in English, it sounds different than when I'm writing in Portuguese. So it's nice to have both.
I agree. I agree. I really like that you have both. It's really nice. And I'm not very, like, I don't know much about Brazilian music, but
Yeah.
listening to your last track, like your first release, actually, it's really made me want to discover more of that, like world. I really, it's so shiny. I feel like the sun comes through your voice and all.
Yeah, yeah, that song was nice as well. For me, lyrics. should come a little, like even for that song, should come a little bit naturally. Like you just
Yeah.
it's almost fulfilling spaces of the melody with the sound. So I
Yeah.
don't have to sing much. Even that song that I just released, the lyrics are super simple, but it's making sense, and it just came to me kind of a little bit as my name, something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
comes and you embrace it, and you know when it feels right. So that's a
Yeah.
little bit how I try to do with lyrics.
That's really nice. I love that approach. I feel like it's awesome to go with the flow and what you're feeling in the moment without like overthinking it. I'm kind of
Yeah,
like that too. I like proceeding that way. And
yeah.
when I was in Berlin, like when was that? Like about a month ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was about a month ago. You were shooting the music video for Fanzo Tanto Tempo, if I said it correctly.
Good, good.
And I was like really, really impressed by how many people came together to help you. Wow, like you have so many supportive friends. It's incredible. I
Mhm.
also saw your live music video for Pasarina on
Yeah.
YouTube that you haven't released on Spotify and all. But like there were so many musicians that came to help you, and the like video is so professional. And I just wanted to know what's your secret to building like such a supportive and creative community around you.
That's lovely. That's a question that I personally like. I don't know. Like I just feel so grateful like for everyone that comes together, like also like band members,
Hmm.
musicians, photographers. And I have been finding like the like people that I really admire to work with. But I think every project is a little bit different. Like lots of times I just try it out. I think this is like a little bit of the secret. Like you just, like send the DM and be like, oh, like, do you want to be part of it? And like lots of times I was like sending DMs to musicians and photographers. And I was like, no, this is like the person is not going to be down. And then actually everyone comes together in a way.
Wow.
But for Fast to Tempo, the music video we shoot together, it was really, really incredible because it was also really last minute in a way. Like we already knew we wanted to record it, and I was already having like lots of meetings with Julia, the videographer. But at some point we canceled it because it was getting cold. We didn't get like the genehmigung from the place we wanted to shoot,
Hmm. Hmm.
like getting a bit slow, and she was like, oh, I'm getting a bit busy. And then one day I called her, it was Wednesday actually, and I was like,
Yeah.
just do it. I'll find the whole team. And I was like, I had no clue how I was gonna do it. I just started calling friends. But I think like the more you do things, I really talk a lot about that with people. The more you do things, the more things happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the more you put yourself out, the more you go to open mics, jams, concerts, the more like people see those things, and the more people are gonna want to do those things with you in a way. So like, yeah, I really believe that movement brings movement. And in a way, I really don't know how I do those things, but I'm really grateful for everyone that is involved, like it's really nice to have people supporting you. And it's a little bit like of a hustle, obviously, like lots of things we do alone. But then you see people being there, and especially for this music video that was made only in its
Hmm. Hmm.
someone and Linda. It just feels special when people come together. So
Oh, I think you really have a talent for that because like I've never been able to do that, but I'm pretty introverted. So
Mm,
it's very hard for me to go to parties and meet new people. I can get pretty drained from that. So I've kind of learned to do everything by myself. So when I see people like you who have like such a supportive community, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. How do they manage? Like like I want your secret. It's amazing. And I assume you would do like if someone calls you like a friend of yours for a music video, they need help. I assume you go there. Like you do the same in return, I would assume.
yeah, no, of course. Yeah, to be honest, I don't even know like how I don't know myself, you know, like after this
Mm-hmm.
video that we did, I was like, I just was with Julie and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful for everyone that came here. But I think it's the key of like kind of not in a way, not overthinking things. Like obviously I
Mm-hmm.
call
Mm-hmm.
lots of people that couldn't do it. And I do call lots of people that can't like that don't have the time, that don't have, you know, like and for me it's like not stopping at the no, you know.
That
It's
makes
like,
sense.
no, 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 I'm gonna find the team. And I think this is a little bit of the key, you know, like lots of times I call musicians and I call people that cannot do it. But at some point, there are some people that are there to support. And like I always tell those people, like even if some, like right now I work really low budget, but at some point, like I really appreciate those people and I try always to like get something really good out of it for them, either in the project or in the future. Like I really
Mm-hmm.
always try, you know, like, oh, this photographer, this, like whenever I know about like a really good, well paid gig, I'm like, there is this photographer, is really good, like hire him. You know,
Oh, yeah,
kind of
that's
thing.
awesome.
So I think this is a way of kind of like when people support you, as you say, like you try to support it back, not because you have to, but because you appreciate the people that are there with you.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it should be. I feel like the hip hop community is a lot like that.
Hmm.
Or like I feel like rappers um, grow a lot that way. You know, all their friends are helping them out. No one's paying anyone. It's like, okay, you do this for me, I do that for you. You do this for me, I do that for you. And I think it's awesome. And especially when you're studying at university, that's when you should like take advantage of, you know, meeting new people, being able to meet new creative people and get together to, you know, like create amazing projects.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should do. I really regret, honestly, I didn't do that when I was at Beam. I mean, it was a complicated time of my life anyway. But if I could like go back in time, I would like, I was thinking, yeah, I would do like you know, and try to be more like in contact with other creative people and, you know, helping each other out.
Yeah, but I think it's also like comes in waves, you know, like also my
Yeah.
first year at BIM, I was also in another place. And then second year, once I got out of that one place that I didn't want to be, I started investing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely comes in waves. And I think it's really hard to judge, you know, because sometimes we go through things. I mean, like people sometimes see me and they're like, oh, you're so productive. But it's like I think everything really comes in waves and we shouldn't like overpressure ourselves. Like there's lots of times that you're like going through a lot and there's no way that you can focus.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been there too and I don't know, but this is the thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. Like things work out, you know, like you get to know the nice people to work with, and when those moments happens, it's just you just have to embrace it. And
No.
there are nice people and there are supportive people and there are talented people, even though until you find them, maybe you're gonna encounter like lots of bad experiences. But it's I think part of the artistic process of like, you know, I know it's pretty cheesy, but
Hmm.
not giving up. Like yeah, like before I got to work in a team full of women, like literally a week before I had live session and there was only guys in this live session.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was so hard for me. Like I got sick, I lost my voice. I was really sick in this live session. And there was so much tension in the room. And that's a little bit why I was like, I called Julian and was like, let's just do it. So like
Hmm.
having those, it's not bad experiences, but having those contrasty experiences makes you also get together with the people you want to be with, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes total sense. Yeah, you just have to go for it, I guess. Like I know that in my case I was actually scared of those bad experience, but I guess it's just like inevitable. You have to go through them to find your people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's really interesting. I was like, wow, I was really amazed. Like also how Nayeli, who did the first podcast with me, like the first episode, like, yeah, I'm amazed with how you both are able to surround yourself with amazingly talented and creative people. That's really, yeah, I look up to you both. I mean, I also, no, don't get me wrong, I also have amazing friends and
Yeah.
amazing people I've worked with. Obviously, I'm thinking of Timothée Bodbol and, like Etienne Pelozov and many more people. But yeah, I just feel like, yeah, it's just different. But super interesting. Thank you. Can you tell us more about the themes in your music and what stories or emotions you're trying to convey through your songs and visuals?
Yes. Well, I think I'll talk a lot about um, things that I lived in my life, like stories of searching for freedom, searching for a home, what it means to be a woman, and like things that I lived.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to bring this as much as possible to kind of every song I write. Um, I also bring that to my performances. Like I started discovering what my persona is on stage, that is like this sassy and pop and like experimental,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fun and, playful. So this also talks about, for me, it's like showing my persona, for me, is like super confident and like, but I won't be a trophy wife. And this
Mm-hmm.
brings, is all part of what I'm talking about. That is, yeah, the search of freedom and the search for a home. And in my songs, I think I mainly talk about those things. I don't write that many love songs, even though there are some. But it's mainly things that we live. I think every song focuses in a different part. And some songs also sometimes just come and you don't know what it means.
Yeah,
But it's like, and
absolutely.
then you discover after, and you're like, oh yeah, this song is talking like about it. Like I'm writing right now one song, and it's really essential. And I didn't write anything, like there wasn't any meaning
Mm-hmm.
behind it, but still comes to you. So, but I like to talk a lot about this search for home and
The what? Sorry, I didn't understand.
like the searching for your own place,
Ah, yeah,
searching.
yeah, yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
Um, I guess this would be the main themes that I write about.
that's really nice. And your last release, uh, like, what does it talk about exactly?
Yeah, this is a song that I composed in the beginning of them, actually, like
Mm-hmm.
2022 at the end. And I had COVID. I was going through a breakup and I wasn't staying in my place. I was taking care of some cats from a
Oh
family.
my god. Oh, that's horrible. Those situations are awful.
But I was staying in such a great flat in Midtook, taking care of
Oh.
some cats with COVID and going through the breakup. So it was like I think that that made it possible for me to create the song. And I remember going on my ukulele and creating the song
Mm-hmm.
slowly. And I remember writing it like first the chords and like I was like, wow, this is so chaotic. That like I was literally like, this song is gonna be called Chaos. And then the lyrics came. I think this natural flow that I was telling you, like "Fastante tempo." So it means like it's been a while that I don't see you. I want to know
Mm-hmm.
how you
Mm-hmm.
are. Like since it's been a while, like please let's go out. And then it comes like ask it, like the B part, which is
Mm-hmm.
that you ask me to change are not enough things to make me happy. And then this
Wow.
part, but every time I see you, I still feel a little bit like I still feel there is something. So it's like this duality of, I think when you're breaking up something, like when you're breaking up a relationship that you know you don't want to be, there's all every time this duality of like, I don't want to be with you, but I also want to be with you. And we're
Yeah.
trying to navigate through this duality. I think like life is pretty, it's not only like one thing, like you feel happy and you feel sad
Yeah.
at the same time, you can, and this song talks about it, this yeah, like the process of leaving something that is really hard to leave, I think.
Yeah. 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 We've all been through that, I guess, right? So it's
Yeah, and for
very
me,
relatable.
it's also like I'm reflecting with myself. I'm really happy for this to be my first release because I remember it was created so long ago, and after this song, I actually lots of things came to me. Like I changed my name, I started doing lots of gigs, I put a band together. So like it was a little bit the beginning of
Wow.
this
So,
journey.
so why did you release I hope I'm saying it right. I'm again so
Yeah,
sorry. Pasarina?
Passarinha, Passarinha, yeah.
Wait, Passarinha. Is that how
Yeah,
you
that's
say it?
perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I said it correctly. You. So yeah, why did you release that one like before and not on Spotify and Apple Music and all? I'm curious.
Yeah, no, that one we just decided to have, like, I wanted to have a live session.
Mm-hmm.
So like we had the opportunity of doing it and also found the people to do it. I don't consider that one even a release yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a song that I really enjoy, and I at some point I really want to properly produce it.
Yes.
It's a song that I love as well. Like I composed it at BIM actually
Yeah.
after, and it talks a lot about like this being kind in times of chaos. Like um I don't know, I really like that song, but I don't consider even as a release yet, even though
Okay.
I love the live session. It was just like something like I wrote this. Every time I write a song, I'm like, let's try to do something with it, like. So we did this live session, but I think at some point it's coming fully produced and to the world officially.
That's
And
awesome. I really enjoyed that one too. It was really nice.
sweet, thank you. Passarinha means little bird.
Ah, little
Yeah,
bird.
yeah, and I love it because it's a cute song. I feel like it's about really putting yourself to fly out in the world. And
Oh,
there is also a Brazilian saying, I don't know how to translate that, but they say that one bird like doesn't don't make the summer, don't create the summer alone. But it's also saying like in a way of like it's hard to do things alone by yourself, but it's
yeah.
in the song I'm also saying like, but I'm a little bird and I'm just going for it and doing it with kindness and this kind of thing, like treating people with kindness even though it's a time of chaos, and keeping
Oh,
this heart pure, like lots of
yeah.
times people don't understand why you treat people well, like, like, and this happened one time, like, so I really like the song.
Oh wow. I love the story behind it. Like the meaning of it. It's yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like you convey very important things about, being kind to each other and like spreading love rather than hatred, regardless of what's happened to you. I like that. I like that. I mean, that's how I interpret it. Tell me if I'm wrong, but.
totally, it's totally like, yeah.
And yeah, I would like to play a little extract of your track Fanso Tanto Tempo that
Oh,
you
sweet.
released like a week ago, right? You released it about a
uh,
week ago.
5 days
Five
ago.
days ago, and you already
Friday.
got 1,000 streams on your first track ever. This is
Yeah.
crazy. I'm so happy for you. So
Yeah, so
yeah, so that's the one you produced. I mean, like wrote during COVID when you were in that flat with the cat and all.
yeah.
Faz tanto tempo que eu não te vejo. Quero saber como está. Já que faz tempo que eu não te vejo, vamos sair pra jantar. As coisas que você me pede pra eu mudar são coisas suficientes para me fazer feliz. As coisas que você me pede pra eu mudar são coisas suficientes para me fazer feliz. Mas quando eu te vejo, me sinto um pouco feliz. Tara, 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 tara.
yeah. Amazing song. I love it so much. I hope you're proud of everything you've accomplished. And I know how much harder it is to produce songs with with real instruments. It must have been a journey.
I tell you, this song was produced by. So now he's changing his name for. I have to say it right. No Sleep Blues, aka Marvin Astor, and he played everything on it. We produced at his place.
Wow. Oh, it sounds really good. It
We
sounds like
produced,
studio quality.
we produced at his place in one day.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I came to his place. It was the first time we ever worked together. I was showing him some options, and he was like, "I really like that one." And I was like, "Okay." And then we just went for it, and everything that you listen in there, beside, I mean, the voices in the beginning, we changed a day after,
Okay.
because I was like, I want something in the beginning that's a bit different.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everything else, like all the arrangement, the voices, the shika tika tika, it was like everything kind of his ideas, and it was just lovely. Like,
Wow. I
yeah,
feel like he really understood your vibe.
totally, totally. And for me, it was like, I don't know. It's one of those things that you're like, again, you just embrace it. And I'm so grateful to have met him and also to have worked with him.
What was his name?
So his name is Marvin Astor, and right
Okay.
now he's like also like trying to sign things as No Sleep Blues. I hope it's
Okay, nice. Wow, really awesome job. And the mix and mastering are very strong too. It sounds very warm. I really, really like it.
yeah. It's his mix, and then master was Simon Dupe.
Okay, well, really, really, really awesome job. That's awesome. And I cannot wait for the music video to be out. Why did you choose these kind of visuals? Like, I mean, if you want to talk about it, of course.
Yeah, definitely. So like since the beginning, because I had this song since 2 years done,
Yeah.
even like produced, and took a long time to actually release. I also even for the production took a long time because I was like, oh, maybe we should add this like a percussion. Maybe we can do this tighter. In the end, I just released how it was. But since the beginning, when I was planning in my head some visuals, I was like, I want this to be the beginning of the fantasy world of Linda.
Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome.
And even in the like shika tika, I had in my head that I wanted like to. I already knew I wanted to have like lots of women, but dancing in the
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and this creation of this fantasy and like me kind of like wandering around. I already knew this in my head, but it took a long time. And even when we were talking with Julia, the vibe we were going through was more like everyone wearing white or like something more a girl in the woods kind of thing.
Oh wow, in the end it
Then
was the whole opposite.
and then in the day, yeah, things just translated much clearer that I wanted this to be the fantasy world. And in the end, for me, it got really inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Like
Mm-hmm,
the dress that I was using, I had the tea, like
mm-hmm.
um so yeah, kind of like this beautiful fantasy where everyone is being expressive and colorful, and kind of, I think also in the music video was quite natural, like the girls just came, and I thought it was so beautiful. Like even Catalina, she didn't want to be in the video at first, and then she was like, "Oh,
Did she not?
yeah." She wanted
Really?
to just be assistant, like assisting. She was like, "Ah, I don't feel that
She
much."
was stunning.
I know. And then she got here, and like all the woman was like, "Oh, what if I tried this color here? Oh, what
Mm-hmm,
if I tried this max earring here?" And
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I thought this was so powerful. So everything for me was a little. Now in the end, I see the concept is like this I'm Alice in Wonderland, and I'm
Yeah,
discovering my power through the fantasy and through other women.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
concept, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, I loved your dress. Your dress was so crazy.
I have to say, I love the dress is made by Yuzuki. His
Okay,
name on Instagram is I can share after, and you put it on the description.
please.
He's an amazing designer and makeup artist that I found here in Berlin, and like since
Wow.
I know him, I'm like so in love, like
So
with
he
everything.
made the dress for you.
He made the dress. Also, other dresses that I've been using. I don't know. There was a cupcake dress that I used
Mm-hmm.
at the house, and even the dress from Catalina is made by him. That
Wow.
I was using. Yeah,
Oh, wow. So,
yeah.
wow. And he has like a shop in Berlin or something like that?
He does everything by himself. Like I met him
Okay.
on Facebook before my gig, and I was like, no way that like when I saw it, I was like, no way that I'm gonna go to his place, but no idea what's gonna happen. And he just creates the dress in his own place and he sells like kind of privately to people.
Oh, I want a dress.
It's amazing. I'm sharing with all my friends and really he's also makeup artist. I don't know. For me,
Oh, wow.
it's like I'm so happy to have met
You
him.
really have a talent to like find very, very talented people. You should
Yeah.
be a talent scout. You should be
That's the good
scouting
thing.
people. Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive, like really impressive dress. So he
I
did it
actually
like
bought I bought this dress for another performance, but I never used it. So
you should.
yeah.
But you took your dimension and all, he did it
No,
tailored for you.
I think no, he just creates the dresses and then he puts on his stories.
Okay.
I'm telling to my friends I have to block him because I'm opening his stories every day. I'm like, I want to buy this one.
Oh
It's
my gosh.
like, but no, he did it, and I just go there, try it out, and see what fits me. And
Oh
yeah,
my god. Next
I
time I'm
just
in Berlin, I'm gonna get a dress.
really, really go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, it
He's
was like with all the
amazing.
details. It really looked like an Alice in Wonderland type of dress. It really
Yeah.
did. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I wish people could see it, but it's an audio podcast, so they'll just have to discover it in the music video.
Music video out.
When is it gonna be out? Do you already know or?
I think it's gonna come this Friday. Like,
Oh,
uh-huh.
so wait, this will be because the podcast will come out in December, so it will already be available.
Yeah, it will
Yeah.
be probably already available. Yeah, I want to come this Friday, and we're just the video is kind of done,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, let's see how it's gonna go.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I remember the day we met, we had a very deep conversation at that party where we opened up about our health challenges. I went through thyroid cancer and you went through loss of hearing. And yeah, it was a really nice conversation. I really enjoyed it. And for me, cancer has, very deeply shaped my creativity. And I was wondering if your health challenges influenced your music and creativity in a similar way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if people know about it, but like just maybe contextualizing. I lost my hearing when I was 17. So I'm half deaf, like I don't hear anything in my right ear.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not something I usually talk about, like kind of openly like this. Like obviously people that I talk to in person, I always have to say, please talk in this ear. I don't hear
Yeah.
the other one. But it's not I never really came to talk, I don't know, on Instagram or like, like in bigger platforms or in concerts. But it's definitely something that happened to me and that affects me. And I was telling you, I think not in the practical way that people think, like, oh my gosh, you're a musician, it's so nice that you're a singer, that even if you
Mm-hmm.
have that, like, this doesn't influence me.
That's
Obviously,
awesome.
influence me in like walking the streets, like lots of other small things that people don't even have an idea. For example, I hear in mono, so like I don't know where sounds come from
Mm-hmm.
usually.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of like things influence me a lot, but not in my career at all. But I think what we were talking emotionally, it does has a big impact because like I lost my hearing and I never had, like, I don't know why I lost my hearing. It was sudden and even the doctors couldn't find a reason. It's not like I had an infection or a disease or anything. I just lost it.
Mm-hmm.
The way for me to approach it or to understand it was a more psychological thing. So like I was going through a lot of things and my body reacted to it. That's how
Yeah.
I found a way to understand it. And I think when our bodies react to things is really strong. So it made me realize lots of things at the time. And I had to get stronger to leave places that weren't good for me. Again, Faz Tanto Tempo also talks about it, right? Like leaving places.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And so I do think that all this strength that I have, all this power that I have of like going and doing and trying comes from this place. It's a little bit a survival place,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a place of like, look, I've been through a lot of hard things, and that's why I can go through lots of things that I put in my head, like I have
Absolutely.
this dream to achieve, and I know that it's hard, and I know that there's lots of people saying like, I don't think you can do it, I don't know, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, no, 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 I'm strong. Even if it's not consciously, I'm like, I'm strong, and I can do it. Like we all can do things.
Absolutely.
We all should dream big, and we all should go for it. And the more you do things, the stronger you realize you are. And I think the loss of hearing came to first show that something wasn't okay, and then to show me like, you can also leave this place, you can also leave your country, you can also change things.
Oh
And
my God. Yeah, I
yeah, and
understand.
this is how it influences my career. And it's
Yeah.
not even something that I'm that aware. I think I'm also still processing it, even though it happened since a long time.
Oh yeah, I think it's a lifetime to process this kind of events. Like
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. It's a lot, but
absolutely.
it happened, and obviously, like, I'm happy to also talk about it. Like, it's part of me. I just don't like when people, I think when we open about those things, people get really, oh, poor you.
Oh, that
Sad
must
that
be
this
so
happened.
hard.
It's so sad. I'm so
I
sorry. Oh
know,
my
I
gosh, it's so
know.
easy. You're a musician. I just like, don't.
Yeah, I know, I know. I know some people were looking at me when I had cancer like I was already dead, and they were like, "Oh," and I was like avoiding them. I was horrible. I mean, everyone, reacts differently. It's not their fault, but
No, yeah.
yeah, and also because I was at risk to lose my voice, it would make people very uneasy. And it's really interesting because I interpret my cancer the same way as you interpret your hearing loss. I
Mhm.
just went through so much that at some point my body just had to react and tell me, like, to me, that's how I interpreted it. It was like you're dead inside, Morgan. And if you don't wake up, and if you keep on, letting people disrespect you, and if you keep on not giving any boundaries and just act like you are not important and like you don't exist, then you're gonna die, and and yeah, and in some weird way, this cancer was the wake up call that made me able to be happy today. As crazy as it sounds, even though I don't wish that on anyone, and obviously I've been very lucky because I'm here, and many people are not here. So I don't want to feel like I'm insulting them. That's it's not how I intend it, But at least that's how I've made sense of that part of my life. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think lots of things come symbolic in life.
yeah,
And like, and we can always interpretate things differently. Like, of course, I could have just saw like, yeah, I lost my hearing, that was it, it came out of nothing.
mm-hmm.
But come on, how strong was it for me to lose a hearing in a place that people weren't listening to me, in
Yeah,
places that were actually violent in lots of ways. It's
yeah,
like, and then my body reacted to it. It's like, it's a way of interpreting things, and maybe it's not the only way. We don't know if we don't
absolutely.
know why things happen, but that it had an impact, for this to happen in my body, to lose my hearing in
Yeah.
order to find my voice and leave places. Well, it did had an impact. So yeah, it's a decision, I guess, to see why things happen and how we're gonna deal with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I
And
feel like you have to make sense of it, otherwise you go crazy. You have to find a way to have it make sense.
yeah, but I do believe that loss, when you go through a lot, your body reacts. And like
Oh.
it,
Mm-hmm.
it reacts in different ways, like either your mental health, like sometimes, if you're like, I also had lots of panic attacks, actually. Like I had syndrome of panic, and for like 2 3 years I had panic attacks every day,
Mm-hmm.
also
Mm-hmm.
as a reaction of this. Like that I was in a place that wasn't okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like today I'm healthy, like obviously I did lots of therapy, um but yeah, the body reacts in a really strong way, and we just have like to be listening to it.
Absolutely. Listen to yourself, otherwise your body is gonna make you listen. That's how I've like it's really interesting because to me it was like I was not able to express things. So it
Mm-hmm.
was not really like people don't listen to me. It was more like I can't express anything, and I got like cancer that could have costed me, like my voice. So it's just like really interesting how it works. I cannot imagine that it's just a coincidence. Maybe I'm sounding crazy, but I don't know.
Oh,
I know deep down that it was a wake up call. I'm like you. That's how I interpret it, and I think
yeah.
we're both lucky to have music as well, to be able to process these traumatic things of losing, something so important. Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't lose anything, but I still have, like I still have my voice. I mean, I did lose my thyroid, but I still have like checkup, regularly to check if the cancer is not acting up and all. So it's like it's like a constant reminder of I need to listen to myself and put boundaries. And I guess it's the same for you. Like
Yeah,
you
I think
live with it now.
it's our scars, like, and
Mm-hmm.
for me, like, I see it as a beautiful scar. Obviously, I'm not glad I lost it. I'm also not sad. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's something that happened, and it's something I'm also still processing. That's also, I don't go on Instagram and I'm like, oh, I'm half deaf, or like I don't go to like concerts, and like I don't listen this ear. Like lots of people, even my band, I go to them like, oh, just so you know, like I don't hear in this ear, and they're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's something deep there that
Yeah.
that I experience even every day. Like when I'm walking the street,
Absolutely.
like sorry, I don't hear what you say. Can you change sides? This kind of thing. It's small, but it has such a big impact, and it does impact my music, definitely.
Yeah. It's not small. I mean, it's something really like big that happened to you. So,
Yeah.
but, thank you for sharing it with us.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. I feel like people who have similar issues. I know that when I went through all these things, it would help me a lot to listen to people with similar issues and see that you're not alone struggling with this type of issues at a very young age, and
Yeah.
that would personally give me a lot of strength. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, you kind of already talked a little bit about that.
Mhm.
But so you moved from Brazil to go to Germany, and
Mhm.
I can only imagine that it must have been such a big transition. And how has that experience been for you, both personally and as an artist? I remember you told me people struggled to believe in you at first, and what was your drive to overcome that, and what is your drive to overcome that?
Yeah, so the reason why I came to Berlin was basically to get closer to my dad. So
Mm-hmm.
to get closer to my German side of my family that I also didn't have contact for a long while. So this was my biggest drive. And I'm German, but I also didn't come to Germany until I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
like in 2020 when I decided to move here. So
Wait,
this
how
was
old were you when you moved to
20,
Germany?
I was here, I was 20 years old.
Okay, now you're 24.
Now I'm 24, so it's been
Okay,
4.
all right.
Yeah. And so there's lots of processing phases. Like I moved during pandemic, I came to stay with my dad, and then also like everything else artistically happened. So I did so many things. Like I'm also a photographer, so it's the time that I started actually doing photography a lot. And that's also the time that I started composing my songs. So I was already like studying music before. I did year education in jazz in Brazil. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so fine when I moved here. But when I moved here, it was slowly the time that I was going to open mics here in Berlin and seeing how people
Mm-hmm.
were making music. Like they were getting their guitars and singing two songs every evening in this open mic. And I was like, okay, so like I love performing and I want to be a musician. I want to do this as well. So I just sit and started like writing songs in the guitar. And at first they were like this kind of songs like Fast to Tempo. It's a song for me, it's like A, B, C. It goes lots of places and there's so many things happening. So when I was writing the first songs, it was hard, like to, in a way, to believe in myself and to put myself out. And I also, yeah, it was a process of believing in myself. But Berlin was definitely, I don't know, a changing point. Like I think people here are so creative all the time,
Yeah, definitely.
so many people writing songs and doing music videos and putting things out and creating amazing concerts and collectives and new venues, and this kind of like it's so cool to see such a vibrant and alive city and diverse as well. So yeah, I think it's really easy to find your voice here, no matter what you're doing. Like you can be doing something that is in, that I was talking to a producer of mine that I want to start producing with. I think being here allows me, obviously I have my Brazilian experiences and sometimes songs in Portuguese and everything, but being in Berlin allows me also to bring those influences and connect with modern stuff, with pop stuff,
That's
with
awesome.
folk songwriters. So it's a completely new thing in a way of what I'm doing here. And part of it is the fact that it's so international. Like,
Absolutely.
like you work with my guitarist was from India, the drummer from Germany, and then the bassist from. So this influences your music so much as well.
It must have been hard also to live like such a sunny country with like a very warm culture, welcoming culture to go to Germany. I know that it was already a shock for me going from London to to Germany and Switzerland to Germany because I'm Swiss originally. Like,
Yeah.
wow, it was
And I
hard.
think that's also what I'm talking still in my songs, like the
Yeah.
search for a
Mm-hmm.
home. That's what I
Sure.
mean. Like obviously, like I am German and as well, like my dad is German, but I'm still searching for my
Mm-hmm.
place, for my voice. So this is
Absolutely.
something I definitely talk about. Like it's a place that I haven't been here before, so it's slowly a place that I'm occupying, and
Yeah,
occupying also with my art as a singer, as a performer, going out and doing things. So yeah, I'm slowly creating the meaning of what Berlin is for me. and
I love
and
that.
yeah, and even though it's hard, like like now that the winter, for me this is winter already, but now that it was getting darker, now that it was getting dark, I was like, "Ah." But and again, it's I think you create art out of it in a way of like it was a decision to come here. I'm here for a reason. I do feel like I think we feel things a lot. Like we have to
Absolutely.
listen
Yeah.
to our, like it's hard to be here. Yes. It's tough. Yes. But I'm creating art out of it. So
I'm so proud of you. It's so hard to leave your country and change continent even more so. And I think like there's a song I really wanted to show like a little part of it. It's called Trophy Wife, and yeah, like let's listen to it, and after maybe you could tell us a little bit about the story behind it
yeah, let's go.
and why you wrote it. So let's do it.
I just want you to know I
really do care. All right.
Hey, tell me how many times you've been using that lie. Wrong choice, you won't get me tonight. Hey, am I getting this right? You're just one of those guys, but I won't be your trophy wife. I like the thought of you crawling while you are chasing me. You're just a part of my game. I know you wish that I could fit into your wildest dreams. I know you wish that I could get. Really don't care. You're so ordinary, so unnecessary. I know you wish that I could care. I really don't care. You're so ordinary, so unnecessary. I know you wish that I could care.
Oh, I love it so much. You are the queen of catchiness to make catchy hooks and all. I love that. I seriously love it so much. So yeah, can you tell us a little bit about it? Like the lyrics are great.
Thank you. So this is a collaboration. This song actually was written in a songwriting camp.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically groups put together, and our assignment was to do a song, and there was a kind of how do you say that, painting in the kitchen saying I really care, but with I really don't, kind of like
Scratched out.
yeah. And then this was assignment, like create a song about this, like I really care, I really don't care, and it's again this duality, and I was there more as a songwriter. I wasn't there meant to sing as a singer. There was someone else to be a singer. But for that day, I jumped in because we were creating actually something that was really feminist and empowering. And the song came, Trophy Wife. I think this is such a strong imaginary, and again, comes a lot deep to my persona, like using this sassiness, like, but I won't be a trophy wife, this playfulness. And I think it's in a way, yeah, this is the thing. Like when you take the narrative for yourself, that's also like how my persona has been helping me to be more confident. Like,
yeah, sure.
I've been going through so many things in my life where I didn't feel confident, I didn't feel worth it, I didn't feel like my songs. And then a way to start building my confidence was to create this persona that is like, I don't need any man, I don't need like I'm like, you're so ordinary, so unnecessary. I know you wish that I could care, but I really don't care. It's like it's so empowering when you I don't know, when you build your own narrative. So song again was written with other people, and I love writing pop songs with other people because I do feel like I need this structure. So it was written actually with other guys from my university, but I decided to take it for my own career and to produce it. Like I still want to properly produce it and be even more stronger and with more presence.
So it's a demo for now.
It's yeah, I think it's still, it's a nice demo though. And I also created a Brazilian rap that says like, quando eu te disser vive não dá mais, você tem que entender que eu não volto atrás. Você vai repetindo coisas tão banais e eu tô me cansando desse vai não vai. A sua autoestima me cansou, rapaz. Compus a serenata só pra trazer paz. Agora você termina se sentiu pra trás. Olha ele que tadinho vai chorar. You're so ordinary.
Well, you have to send it to me when it's done, because I'm not going to be able to wait until the release day.
I'm so excited for this song. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's so catchy.
But yeah, this is it. Like it was created with more people in the room. And I actually created more this part of you're so ordinary, so unnecessary. But it was a collaboration between lots of people, and also when you collaborate, there is also, I think, strong this flow of things.
Yeah.
And again, it was a time. It was like intense time of writing, but also came the flow, and also I had to fight for lots of the ideas on it. For example, yeah, like they wanted me to sing the I really don't care. And I want to scream it, I want to be, I really don't care. Like I wanted this song is like a statement, It's not
Mm-hmm.
meant to be, but I really, it's more strong. So that's why I also still want to produce it properly. But I love this song.
I love it too. I cannot wait. Oh wow.
Yes.
I want to remix it. I was thinking
Yes. Yes.
if you agree, I would totally do a remix of that one. I was actually listening to it yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I would remix that. Like, I would love to remix it.
And to be honest, yeah, this is it. Like it was a collaboration, and I decided actively to
Hmm.
take my career. And even this year, I mean, I was working a lot on it. Like I applied for it for the end of the year gig from BIM. I didn't pass through, but my
Oh,
whole idea, yeah. But this is like the nose that you receive, and you're like, doesn't matter. But I had the whole visual like of me wearing like wife like I was on stage like as a wife, like
I
all
love that.
white. And this is the concept. I
Ah.
realized that there is also so much duality in saying like I really don't care. Like maybe you care. So like I like this kind of,
No,
I'm not your
it's
trophy
great.
wife wearing my wedding dress. Like I like this kind of like irony or like yeah, this
Yeah,
playfulness.
yeah, yeah. I really like the title, Trophy Wife.
Yeah, it's strong, isn't it?
It's a good song. I feel like your project is really gonna it's really gonna take off.
Thank you.
And yeah, so like I know you have a crowdfunding
Mm.
um going on. Is it like for you, like what is it for? Like can you tell us a little bit more about it? What are your goals with your music, with the crowdfunding? And
So
yeah, how do you
I'm
hope to achieve and like do all that?
so I'm opening this crowdfunding campaign soon. Still not open. It's still not open. But I have been planning it a lot through the whole summer. And
Okay.
yeah, it's basically for a bigger project. I want to record an album with mainly all of those songs that I've been writing. After like this 4 years, I've been writing so many songs, and um, yeah, and then I feel like I have to have a bigger budget to work on the songs the way I want to work them. And I do see like all of those songs, Trophy Wife, Passarinha, and many other ones as a bigger project,
Mm-hmm.
bigger storytelling thing. And I even like have the name and the concepts, and it's coming so naturally, but the whole album is already written. And now I'm more in the part of like I need to arrange the songs and produce, mix, master, pay the musicians. And that's why I want to open this crowdfunding campaign. uh, but yeah, it's coming soon. I also don't know yet exactly when it's coming, but it should come soon because
Yeah, I'll
uh,
put the link in the description if you send it to me before I post the podcast.
of course, I'm really excited, but I'm also a bit terrified to do it, and because it's a big thing, like to
Hmm.
a crowdfunding campaign as an artist. But I'm excited. Like I'm excited to make this project and this album happen.
No, you're right. It's good that you do that to move forward. I think it's necessary and you deserve it. You're very talented, so you know, like go for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And okay, we're getting close to the end of this podcast. I wanted to play a little game.
Oh,
You can take all the time you need to think about it. But I
right.
want you to tell me two truths and a lie, and I have to guess which one is the lie.
Ah. Shit.
Take your time.
Two truths and one lie. I feel like I'm an open book. You already know all my truths.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah. Tell us your two truths and a lie.
I never smoked. Two, when I moved to Berlin, I didn't know how to speak English. 3, I studied law before doing music.
Wait, what was the first one again?
So I never ever smoked.
That's not true. I'm sure that's not true. You mean like? Do you mean like weed or like cigarettes?
Anything.
Maybe that's true, because I cannot imagine you not speaking English before going to Berlin. That's impossible. And the last one?
I studied law before doing music.
That's true. You told me. I remember. I think you told me. So I would say, wait, my memory is so bad. What's the first one?
I never smoked. I never ever smoked.
Yeah. I think the lie is that you didn't speak English before coming to Berlin. Is it true? It's the lie?
No, this is true.
What? You didn't speak English?
Like
When did you learn?
I learned it here properly. Like,
What do you mean?
no, I knew some basics, but like I learned it here. When I came here, I used to, yeah, like I learned a lot from what I'm speaking when I moved here. Like when I was in Brazil, I knew like one person that speak English, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
I cannot. Like I never properly spoke English before.
This is insane. Your
Yeah.
English is like so good. It's so eloquent, you know? But you know what? Actually, it was the same for me when I moved to London. And a year after, my English was almost the same as it is now. So yeah, yeah, you just picked up really quickly on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
But
So
I
you
don't
never.
know what the false one is.
So I think the false one is you never smoked. No, it's true.
That's true.
It's true. So, but why did I remember you telling me you studied law? I totally made that up. It's crazy. I just like made that up. It's like a fake memory.
Girl, can you imagine me studying law?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Of course I can. Like, no, I disagree. Like,
I
you would
did
be a
study
good lawyer.
marketing. I did study marketing before for a year.
Okay.
Oh.
I knew you studied something before. That's why I got confused. I think that's where my confusion came from, I would say. Oh my god, so funny.
What about yours?
Oh, you want me to do some?
Oh yeah.
Mine are horrible. I feel like wait. Okay. So I spat in my mean flatmate's soup.
Oh.
I sang for a classical music concert with shoes that had nails on them.
Girl, if I knew we were going that hardcore, I would.
And I once had a heart attack.
Shit.
So which one's the lie?
Girl. What was the first one?
I spat in my mean flatmate's soup.
What?
Wait, I read them all. I spat in my mean flatmate's soup. I sang for a classical music concert with shoes that had nails on them. And I once had a heart attack.
I have no idea.
You have to take a guess.
Girl. Did you have a heart attack?
Girl, did you have a heart attack? That's so funny. Girl.
We should put like in the part, like you should put some snippets of the podcast.
This is so funny.
Did you have a heart attack? What? You never spoke before?
Girl, did you have enough? That's so funny.
You more in this podcast. I don't think you had. I would say the 3 is false.
The third one?
Yeah, the third one is
You're
false.
right. I've had many things, but not a heart attack. I just wanted to, you know, just like for context, I'm not gonna say which flatmate it was, obviously, but he was horrible to me, and he would like, whatever. He was horrible. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to defame anyone, but I did spit in his soup one day that was like boiling, and I was just like so done, and I just needed to do something.
Were you drunk at least?
Nope. I was absolutely not drunk. This but he was awful.
Does he
was-
knows?
No, of course not. I mean, the soup was boiling, so like bacteria and all, like
Yeah, pee in the end is just water, right?
exactly. No, I didn't pee. I just spat.
Oh, you just
Oh my god, you're so funny. You thought I peed in his soup?
oh, girl, this is going way down. Like, sorry.
You want me to cut it off? Well, the
No,
lucky
you can
people
leave it.
who-
You can leave it. We can
the
leave it.
lucky people who made it till the end of the podcast will have a good laugh. You're still here.
Well, okay.
No, I didn't pee in anyone's soup. Oh my god, I just like
You
spat.
peed in her.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
No. I like it. I like it though because this game is fun.
And the classical music concert, it was because I forgot. I was like very chaotic as a teenager, very chaotic. I'm not anymore, but I used to be. And I forgot I had to be on stage. And I was hanging out with my best friend at the time, and I had to be dressed all in black.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly I'm like, dude, I have to be on stage in like 30 minutes. And he was like, okay, I'll drive you there, you know? He was like 18 and he already had a car, whatever. And, and I was like, okay. And I had no clothes, but his ex-girlfriend had left some clothes at his place. So I wore them. And for shoes, I had big boots, you know, like those kind of punkish boots with like nails on them, you know, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like spikes. Sorry, like spikes, you know. And yeah, and then I left to the concert dressed like that. And I remember I went up the stairs and people couldn't see my feet until I would get on stage. And when I got on stage, everyone stared at my shoes and were like, what the hell is going on?
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Oh my gosh. It was really hilarious.
Okay.
So yeah. And then I didn't have a heart attack.
Girl.
That's better. That's better.
Good. I was afraid of which one I was gonna say, but yeah. That's a weird game.
That's a weird game.
I'm glad you did it with me.
I'm happy too, but I did it with Nayeli too. I feel like this should be part of the, you know.
Yeah, that's really fun. That's really fun. I wonder what Naili said. I bet
Yeah, I don't remember. It was something about killing all her plants, not having alcohol at home.
Okay.
And then the last one, I don't remember. I don't remember the last one. But yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I have the very last question of the podcast for you. Oh my God. Linda, how does it feel to rock the arts?
It was amazing.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so nice to have you here. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yes. I
And
did.
you'll send me all the links I need to, you know, put in the video description. I mean, not the video description, but you got me, like the podcast description.
Yeah.
And all the people you want to credit, your crowdfunding links, and all those good things. And also
Perfect.
the music video links and all those good things. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Everything. Yeah, me too. Thank you so much.
For doing it. And yeah, again, as I told you, I think this podcast is really important to showcase more women and more non-binary people like out there producing art and, you know, put us in the spotlight. I think this is really special. So yeah, and I also admire you so much. So let's keep going, and I can't wait to
Thank you.
go to the next ones.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was so much fun to have you here. Bye-bye.